Yeah, God is right. Um, so I was looking more into that lightning thing that happened last night. First of all, anything that is light, lightning, the sky being bright, anything that's light, like anything that's light is God. Light is associated with God. Darkness is associated with Satan. So y'all can call that a lightning ball if you want to, but I don't believe that was a lightning ball. It didn't have the colors of a lightning ball. A lightning ball is supposed to have bright colors, purple, blue, green, bright colors. This was not that. I saw no color. The only color I saw was like 8 different shades of brightness of light, gold and silver. That was crazy. It was literally crazy. It looked very similar to the pictures of lightning balls, but it didn't have colors. So anyways, I've been stewing on that this morning. Um yeah. I had the craziest dreams last night. The sky is just crazy this morning. I pulled out of the gas station after I got coffee and good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And the sky is insane this morning. It's like this bright red and pink color with these crazy clouds. Wild. I keep trying to go back and watch the video because I didn't get to see it yet. It's saying that it still hasn't loaded on my page. So I keep trying to go back and see that thing in the sky. If you didn't hear yesterday, I got a message from God. Literally when I'm driving down the road, this thing, scientists call it a lightning ball. It is an orb in a sphere that shoots out bright colors. However, I didn't see any bright colors. I saw, I don't know, over a half a dozen different colors of silver and gold in it. And it's all on camera. It's on my last live. We were driving down the road. I don't even know where we were going. And it was like it formed out of nothing. It formed out of nothing right before my eyes. It was a dot of light that branched out and then grew sides and started rotating. Okay? Bright light stretched out to my eyeballs from 500 feet in the air. The sphere that was around the orb starts to dissipate into the clouds surrounding it, and the orb just continues off. All of that is on camera, and I can't see it. I'm about to see if I can see it. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. That was God, because light is associated with God, and God is associated with light. Let's see if it'll come up on my YouTube channel, because it won't come up on that phone. It's saying that it's still loading from last night. Yeah, it won't let me even click on it. When I go to click on it, it did the same thing on my phone. It won't let me watch it. It's not fully loaded. What if it doesn't load? That's the video that has the sphere in it that I'm talking about, that was in the sky, that I watched damn form and disappear. Now, scientists have a scientific explanation for this. It's called a lightning ball. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 minute. Not after what I just read out the Bible. It won't let me load it at all. I'm clicking on it. It won't let me click because it hasn't finished loading on my phone. I hope that it loads because I'm going to be really upset if I lose that video. Like, I will cry for days. I freaking hate YouTube. Look. That was last night. It's been 14 hours ago and it's still not loaded. It said Brooke is at the car wash. It's at the very end of the video, like the last 15 minutes. You'll see that sphere in the sky. It looks like an orb, and I don't even believe in stuff like that. I believe that when we die, we go to heaven or hell, and like I don't really believe in the supernatural, okay? Like I just don't. And if there is some ghost out here, it's probably some kind of demonic spirit that got trapped in between somewhere. I don't, I don't believe in the supernatural. I don't believe that orbs are flying around in the sky. I mean, I guess they could be. If I do, then it's something biblical. It's not something of this world. It's something that God created. But it was the craziest experience of my life. I had the craziest dreams last night. I don't know, y'all. It won't let me. It won't even let me click on it. What is going on here? Anyone asking my location will be blocked. Learn to have some respect, please. You don't ask girls where they're at. That makes you a creep. If you don't want to look like a creep, don't ask females where they're at. We also don't do retracted messages on this channel. You will be blocked. So a lightning ball is a rare and unexplained phenomenon. It's not unexplained. It has to do with energy in the sky. It's a phenomenon described as a luminescent spiral object that can vary from pea size to several meters in diameter. This was huge. Whatever that was the size of the hood of my truck. This was no pea-sized object. You can physically see it on camera. This was no pea-sized object. Even the orb itself that you could see in the sky, which was in the middle of this huge sphere that had shot out light, even that orb was probably the size of my steering wheel. This was no pea-size phenomena. This was huge. It like was as big as probably the hood of my car, if not bigger. And this is a Chevrolet truck. It was huge. This was no and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it semi fits the description of a lightning ball, but it doesn't. There was no colors like a lightning ball. This is saying it's much smaller than what I saw. It's freaky. It's absolutely freaky. And I'm going to be devastated if YouTube does not upload that video by the time I get out of this gym this morning. Because I literally woke up with the desire to watch that video immediately. They're usually associated with thunderstorms. It was not thunderstorming yesterday. So usually when people see these balls of lightning, it's thunderstorming. And this says that it's reported to last considerably longer than a split-second flash of lightning bolt. So it's not like a bolt of lightning. This is an object that forms itself into a sphere and then dissipates. It was crazy, y'all. Ooh, I want to see historical accounts on these things. Oh, why does it do that? So it looks like other people around the world have saw these things too, dating way back. So it looks like less than 5% of the population have ever even saw one of these things. And then they did another report, another study analyzed reports of more than 2,000 cases of seeing these things in the sky open up and then, the lightning bolts. 2,000, that's not 5% of the population, buddy. That's like less than 1%. Like, I don't know where they get their numbers from, but that doesn't even make sense. Yes. Listen to this. This happened in 1638. In 1638, in Devon, England, 4 people died and approximately 60 suffered injuries during a thunderstorm. Witnesses described an 8-foot ball of fire striking and entering the church, nearly destroying it. Large stones from the church walls were hurled into the ground and through large wooden beams. The ball of fire allegedly smashed the pews and many windows and filled the church with foul, sulfurous odor. The ball of fire reportedly divided the two segments, one entering through a window by smashing it open, the other disappearing somewhere inside the church. I don't know about that, y'all. I feel like God was striking y'all down. What was y'all doing in that church? Lord. I don't know. That's not even remotely close to what I saw in the sky. That sounds like y'all was doing something y'all shouldn't have been doing, because that sounds like the hand of God reaching out and touching you, honey. I love how they try to blame it on the weather. Yeah, I was at yeah, and I don't even know why I was looking at the sky. I just looked up, and about the time I did, I see this light growing. It come out of nowhere. It come out of nowhere. It just formed itself into an orb. Light shot out into like a globe around it. They started twisting, and then the globe kind of disappeared, but the orb kept going across the sky. But right before the globe on the outside, it was like twirling in these crazy freaking like silvers and golds, and then the golds and silvers shot out, and then the smoke disappeared. And it wasn't smoke. It was like, I don't know. It was in the sky. I don't know what it was. Ooh, that shit was crazy. Good morning. We're getting ready for the gym. I can't find anything like what I saw. I've looked extensively. I looked for like an hour before I went to bed. I can't find anything with gold and silver lights that like disappear. Yes, in the Bible, light is the symbol of God's nature, holiness, and wisdom. John 1:5 says, God is light, in him there is no darkness at all. This means that God is light itself, not just a type of life. I don't know what it was. It looked similar to like, hold on one second. I saw a picture of it earlier, but the one I saw did not have colors. I guess the closest thing that I could say that it probably looked to was something like this, but it was gold and silver. There was no blue, there was no purple, there was no green, and it was 10 times more majestic than that. You can't even find what it looked like. It doesn't exist. What I saw does not exist. You couldn't even draw a picture of it. That is what I'm trying to say. It was so magnificent that it couldn't have just been some freaking weather phenomena. Well, I woke up listening to my church music. I don't know about you, but I've been bumping Kurt Franklin for the past hour because, yeah. And then the dreams I had were so wicked. I never dream. Never. I can't remember the last time I've dreamed. I never dream. And I dreamed all last night. I woke up like 2 or 3 times, roll over, go back to sleep, have another crazy dream. Nothing terrifying, but just weird. It's a crazy experience. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I mean, clearly y'all can see the orb on camera. That orb is no concern to me. What you can't see is what I saw. I couldn't even get the camera up there quick enough before it disappeared. I mean, and I was just like, I was so shocked. I didn't even know what I was seeing. It was the craziest. Yeah, and why won't it let me pull it up? If you can see it, Tanya, why won't it let me pull it up? That's baloney. Hank, I'm at the gym. I'm about to work out. I'm getting everything set up. I need to get some pants. I have on shorts and I don't work out in anything that's revealing. Pants. It's cold, y'all. It's like 49 degrees, which is cold for this part, Florida in the mornings. Brr. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a full glute routine today. So we're going to be focusing on lower because my upper is sore from yesterday. I'm cold. They have a swimming pool and stuff like that here, but I don't do communal spaces when it comes to stuff like that. And please wear shower shoes in the shower, okay? People being there walking around barefooted. It's concerning. You know what I mean? I don't want your foot fungus, Karen. Ah, damn it. Well, oh, there it is. My straps. My strings for my shorts. Oh. Oh. These things are giving me a wedgie. Oh. I got on 2 pairs of pants. Oh. So we're going to focus on glutes. No cardio because I'm losing weight again and I can't be losing weight. We're supposed to be going back up, not back down. So I want to focus on glutes today and I want to focus on eating. Eating, and glutes. I need shoes. So when I was reading this morning, I guess the biggest thing that I took away from the Bible is that without God, our lives are purposeless. We might as well just go jump off a bridge now because we're just throwing it down the drain. It's like the whole purpose. The only reason that we're here is because of Him. Our purpose is to worship Him, to spread His word, to love each other like brothers and sisters, and to abide by His word. That's the whole purpose of life. Without that, it's purposeless. You might as well just jump off a bridge. Your life is wasted. And, we've talked about this before when it comes to like virtue and the purpose of life, the meaning of life, why life is life, why we're here, what's the purpose of us. It's Him. It's Him. And only Him. I'm wondering if I need a shirt because it's cold. I don't match. Y'all, I look so rough. I'll show y'all what I look like. I look like I crawled out a dumpster. Look, and I ain't gonna match either. Oh, I love these pockets. I got some Karen being freaking nosy. It's always one of them. Always some person that's got to loop around the parking lot to try to look in my truck because I'm a van lifer. People are so nosy. God, if I was that nosy, I'd never have time to damn take care of me. You know what I mean? It's always easy to spot them, especially when they come from like 200,000 yards away to creep on you. It's like, damn, I saw that red car coming from a mile away, buddy. I know exactly what you're doing. If you want to see in my car, why don't you just ask me when you recognize me? Hey, Brooke, can I see your built-in? Sure, come on. Like, you don't have to be a creep driving by me 5 times trying to look through my windshield when my lights are on. You can just ask me. Unless you're a man, and then don't ask me. No, you can't neither. I mean, it depends. Do you have a wife with you? Because if you do, then I might be more susceptible to letting you look. You know what I mean? Damn, I left this towel in there. But if it's some damn random creep geek off the streets, nope. I'm gonna throw this over the steering wheel. Because I'm gonna be in there for a few. I need to brush my teeth. But if it was some girls, which I get that a lot of, I had 3 the other day, like 3, I don't know, they were young, 22, 25 maybe. Anyways, it was 3 of them in a car, and they went around me like 3 times trying to look in the car. It got to the point where I was about to roll the window down and say, hey, do y'all want to get in and hang out? Like, and what it was that people they're nosy. They don't have a life. They're curious about what you're doing. Hey, Andrea, good morning. And so I get that a lot. Let me tell y'all something. When y'all be out here whispering about me to your kids in front of your kids be going by me trying to look in my car, and that tells me that you were talking to your kids about something you shouldn't have been talking to your kids about. I've had that happen dozens of times. Small children, 8, 9, 10 years old, that will walk around my car trying to look through the front windshield because I guess how would they know that I'm van lifers? There's no outside appearances of van life on my vehicle. You can't tell. My windows are tinted. Everything's blacked out. The only way a child that small would know is if their parents were running their mouths about me. Which is fine. But I just don't think people that do things like that should have kids. You don't deserve them. And let me tell you why. Because your focus is on a homeless woman and not your children. You know what I mean? Oh. Good morning, y'all. I'm about to go up in this YMCA and work out. Need some more water. Damn it, Bobby. I just don't want my breath to be all stinky. Yeah, the YMCA is pretty cool. I guess that I won't be getting a membership here because it's not for me. I need an actual like gym. I need a bodybuilder's gym. They don't have the equipment. They don't have Smith machines. They don't have half of the stuff that I need in there. They're more focused on like swimming, aerobics. There's a rehabilitation center for like old people that's done pulled a muscle, I reckon. Um, there's a lot going on in there, but it's not a bodybuilder's gym. It's more for like, I guess like I would say that the YMCA is more of like a rec center. It's not a bodybuilder's gym. Just like Planet Fitness. It's not a bodybuilder's gym. They don't have the stuff for deadlifting. They don't have enough Smith machines to accommodate everybody. Half of Planet Fitness equipment is junk. You don't even see anybody on it. It's literal trash. So, I need a gym that is going to accommodate me for where I'm at and my level of fitness. And the YMCA, unfortunately, is not it. But I have enjoyed my time here, and I'm grateful that that I got to try it out before I like bought a pass or whatever. But just to be clear, it is well over $100 to set up a YMCA gym membership. It would be actually over $120. It's 83 plus 60. So you do the math on that. That's what it'll cost you to open up a gym membership at the Y. And the bad thing is that gym membership at the Y does not transfer to other cities and states. So you can only use that local 1 or 2 or 3 YMCA within a certain mile radius. You can't use every YMCA across the country like you can if you go to LA Fitness or 24 Hour Fitness or Crunch or somewhere like that. So this particular YMCA is affiliated with a few other YMCA's here in Florida. And if you pay $83 a month plus a $60 sign-on fee, then you're able to go to the YMCA's in Florida, but you can't go to any other YMCA outside the state. And I need a gym membership where I can go everywhere. I need a gym in every state. So this is not the fit for me, but they do have a really cool dance studio that I enjoyed yesterday. I had the whole place to myself. If I were in content for dancing, like if I made content for dancing, the YMCA would be a great place for you, someone who wants to dance and film it. The YMCA would be a great place to do that because they have a dance studio where you're by yourself. No, and I am on the East Coast. No, Andrea, they changed something because she told me for $83 a month, I could only go to several of the Planet Fitnesses here in Florida. She said that it does not transfer. I can't go to another YMCA. So, and I think that's the way it's always been from the best of my recollection because I had a gym membership with the YMCA when I was like 20 years old and I could only go to the one in Burlington. So, I don't know. But back in the day, it was like $16 a month. How do we go from $16 a month to 80 something dollars a month and it ain't even been 20 something years? Like that's just crazy to me. That's a huge jump. That's a century price jump. Century price jump. It's just crazy. Has it been 100 years or 10 years? I don't know. It's crazy. The Y is way too expensive. I agree. I think that $40 a month would be more than enough. I think that this gym is worth about half of what people are paying, about $40 a month. And the same thing with Planet Fitness. It's worth about $12 a month. I think the membership is $27. It's about $10, $12 worth of a membership. I don't understand how we got up to $30 at Planet Fitness when the whole thing was, $9.99 a month. Like, it's crazy. I think $40 would be appropriate because they have the water that they have to maintain, the equipment. I mean, really, most gyms, their overhead cost is next to nothing. They buy that equipment, they buy the space. Let's think about the business aspect of it. They buy the space, they buy the equipment, and that's it. There's not really much to maintain. Most Planet Fitness don't even have soap in the bathrooms anymore. So, what is this money going towards? It's all profit. It's all profit. Other than the lights, the taxes, maybe some towels, maybe some cleaning supplies, and your employee costs, it's all profit. Hello, Zany. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, I think that these companies have gotten comfortable ripping us all off. I really do. I feel like COVID kicked off a bunch of greed. There's no reason that gym membership should be 80 something dollars a month. And most senior citizens are on a fixed income. I just don't know if they could swing that. And this is where most senior citizens would come to work out. $80 a month. And this is probably a gym that a lot of seniors feel comfortable at because they grew up in the Y themselves like I did. But unless you're using that swimming pool, you'd be better off at Planet Fitness, honestly. And now that's the people that I would gear towards Planet Fitness. Elderly, and people who are extremely obese, people who are looking to actually lose significant weight. Planet Fitness is for you. That's why all those treadmills are in there and no actual workout equipment. Planet Fitness is perfect for the elderly and people who want to actually lose fat. It's not a gym for a bodybuilder or anybody that's actually trying to get stage ready, competition level ready, stuff like that. Planet Fitness would be perfect for the elderly, though, because they have the strength equipment and the treadmills and stuff for stretching, and that's a much better option than the Y if you don't want to swim. But Planet Fitness doesn't have a pool and the Y does. And I see that that's why a lot of seniors go there, because that's a great way. Strength training in the water is phenomenal for the elderly. It helps them with balance. It helps with blood circulation. It can help with blood clots. It's great for your body. So I see that's why a lot of people go to the Y, because they want to swim. Yeah, Lynn, and it's not fair. It's not fair that we all get punished because these corporations want to get greedy. I mean, honestly, I wish somebody with some money would just start suing people, because you could win major lawsuits right now. It's so unethical. It's just so unethical, what they've done with inflation. Sorry, I almost had this idiot in the Acura almost hit me. Oh God, it's an elephant. No wonder. It's always the same types. She literally like to just fucking hit my car. Anyways, I ain't even got out the car yet. You know what I mean? And the passive aggressive bullshit's already started. I hope it's not going to be one of those days. I be trying so hard. Ow, 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 ow. I be trying so hard. I even listened to Kurt Franklin all morning. And I'm just sitting in my car. Sorry. And she almost hit me. You can see she's not well. Maybe she just couldn't. She doesn't have motor skills because she doesn't have movement in her arms because she's so big she can't move them. We'll give her the benefit of the doubt that she physically cannot move that steering wheel. And y'all think I'm joking. I'm being for real. You get to that big and you're not going to have any mobility. You won't be able to turn your head to see the cars coming. That is nothing to play with. And good for her for getting in the gym. Good for her. You go, girl. You almost hit me. You might need to work on them arms, so you got some circumference when you're driving. Like, seriously though, this is nothing to play with. You will die by 40. Get over 200 pounds and you will die by 40. And the higher up you go past 200, the harder it's going to be to slow it down. It turns into a rat race with your body. Your body just starts putting on the weight, man. It just starts putting on that weight. And it's hard to get it to stop. Good for her for going to gym, but damn, girl, you almost hit me. I feel sorry for the person that does, because you already know how I react. Good morning. I mean, you don't have mobility when you get that big. Your arms don't move. I remember trying to shave my legs in this damn tiny ass bathroom in Charlotte, and I was so big, I would just like give up. It was so bad. All I did was eat and sleep and drink and eat and sleep and drink and eat and sleep and drink and go back to work and do it all over. I gained like 80 pounds in a year. The birth control didn't help. They put me on hormonal birth control without telling me any of the side effects. You know, the crazy thing about birth control is that it makes you so fat that nobody will want to mate with you. So that's the birth control part, you know. The hormones get you so big that nobody wants to even touch you. Birth control. It's so true. They didn't tell us any side effects. They still don't. When you ask them, is it going to make me gain weight? They say, yeah, but if it does, you can just come back in and get on a different medication. That should be a red flag from hell. That is, AKA, we don't give a fuck we don't give a crap if nobody ever wants to mate with you again. Just take our pills because we need to make money. That's what that means. AKA, also known as. We don't care. Just take the medicine so we can make money. And we don't care if it ruins your life. We don't care if your weight gets out of control. We don't care if you die. Be so big, nobody wants to touch you. I need clothes because I'm going to shower here. I'm dragging. I'm sore. Like, you don't understand. I'm so sore. My arms, my chest. I got heartburn already and I ain't even ate nothing. Ugh. Oh, thank you. Andrea, my phones won't let me watch it. Both of my phones are telling me that it's not loaded. I don't think y'all can see it. Listen, if you could see what I saw, we would be on the world news right now. You can't see what I saw. I know without looking at it that my camera didn't catch it, because half of what I saw was before I even stuck the camera in the sky. What I saw happened before I even picked the camera up. You can see the orb, but that ain't nothing. That's nothing in comparison to what I saw. It looked like, I don't know. It looked like angels breaking through the freaking sky or something. Like, it was like, you know, it was unworldly. It was unworldly. That was crazy. I need to figure out if that was southeast. Because if that was southeast, I might actually have a mental breakdown. Because there's prophecy in the Bible about lights in the southeast. I don't know. I'll have to go back over there and look at my speedometer to see south and where we're at. But there's a significant story in the Bible about balls of light in the sky southeast. That was crazy. It was crazy. It's the wildest thing I ever seen in my life. Good morning. Glowing green. That's crazy. This wasn't like that. This was completely different. There was no lights like that. It was light, but I can't even put it into words. It was over half a dozen different shades of gold and silver. And I can't even put it into words. I might actually have to trip mushrooms to even be able to form into words what I saw, because it's so crazy. I can't even find pictures or anything that looks like it. Like, it was crazy. It was definitely crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that. That was, I don't know. I feel like it was like literally out of this world, like not from this world. I mean, and it's crazy though, because this world is so beautiful and God created it. So I don't know why it's surprising that I would see something 10 times more magnificent than anything I've ever seen on this earth. But it was 100 times more magnificent than anything I've ever seen on this earth. It looked like something out of a movie, like something, but better. Like somebody doing CGI or AI could not even come up with how beautiful that was. Even CGI, no computer animator could come up with how beautiful that was. It was godly. It was godly. There's no other explanation for it. Because the lightning balls that I've seen have bright colors, purples, greens, pinks, blues. This was not that. There was no color. There was no color, but there was lots of feeling. Like, I felt like my soul was being touched by the sky. You're not even processing what you're seeing. You're just seeing it. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, no crap. 2 days. I've been like, hey, you still up there? Like, I know he is, but I play with God just like I play with y'all. Hey, you got time for me today? He's always got time for you. But I'm sarcastic and it's my way of humor. And I'm like, can you give me a sign? The past 2 nights, I literally sat with the front window open looking at the stars because the skies was so clear and pretty. And I was just talking to him and like, hey, I'd really like to see a star, like a shooting star, because he's done that before. That's one of my favorite games, actually, with him. But I've been asking God, like, give me a sign. Like, I need, some direction. I really didn't think that it would come at damn rush hour traffic in the middle of a car accident. That freaked me out, too. And then, I don't know. I think that, that was wild. What's on the other side of that tree line is what I want to know now. Where the orb went, y'all can see that it goes across the sky, the light of ball, it goes across the sky, and then it like drops in behind some trees. I wonder what's on the other side of that tree line. Let me get over there and find out there's a church. I will literally. Yo. I go to the other side of that tree line and there's a church, and I might actually faint. Like, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? I don't know what's over there, but yeah, I don't know what's over there, but he is. Jesus is king. It was a spaceship explosion over the Bahamas. That's crazy. Yeah, me too. Well, I'm definitely going back this afternoon because I need to figure out if that's southeast. It'll blow my mind out the water if it's southeast where I saw that. I don't think it is. I feel like that's like west, but I'm not good. I'm not good with stuff like that. Now, if you hand me a compass, I'll figure it out, but I don't exactly have one of those like laying around here. Just like I don't have a fax machine. You know, there's a lot of things that are outdated now that I don't have. I didn't know I needed to keep my fax machine and my Macintosh computer and floppy disk from 1989, but let me tell you, my finance company says I ought to have a fax machine. What time is it? Oh, good point. I need my watch. Thank you for reminding me. Let me tell you something. Shabbat. Did I do that right? I agree. I agree. You know, I think that people think if they go to church that they're automatically gonna go to heaven, and that is not the case. Most Christians are not gonna go to heaven. And that's the truth. And God says that in his word. He says that in his word. And so I think that people pretend, and I don't want to be a pretender. God has always been there for me. I've fallen away from God. I've fallen back into God. I found his word again. I was raised in the church. I've even looked into going to ministry school. I would still be poor, but but that's not the point, because this life is purposeless. Everything here is a waste. It's purposeless. The only thing that matters is, the relationships that you make, the way that you serve God, and how you behave here, how you treat others, how you implement his word into your life. I don't think that a lot of people realize that. And unless you realize that, you're not getting into heaven, point blank and period. It's not going to happen because you're wasting it. So I don't know. It's I don't know. God stresses me out sometimes because it's like, well, you tell me to do right, I do right, but things get worse. So sometimes that would be enough to send somebody back to the dark side, or to the dark side. Dark side. I've never did evil to people like they've done evil to me. I would never do that. That's part of the reason people want to destroy me. So, because I can see through them. And I'm saying that not like it's my responsibility, but just because if someone is in your vicinity, it is your responsibility to be able to tell if they are good or they are bad. That's how you protect yourself. So picking up on bad behavior and then terminating a friendship or relationship or getting out of a toxic, family situation, that automatically makes you the bad guy. That puts a target on your back, because you walked away from toxicity, something evil, something dark. That's been my whole life in a nutshell. Everything that I've been through, it's been that. It's been me trying to escape from evil. And somewhere down the road, somehow I end up the criminal, the ex-con, the ex-stripper, the ex-drug addict. It's crazy how this world will take something good and destroy it because they're scared of it. Or it makes them feel bad about themselves. That's the biggest one. That's why people want to destroy good, because it makes them self-evaluate and feel crappy about themselves. They know they're not living right. They know they're not doing good. They know that they're petty. They know that they're evil. They know that they lie. They know that they're dishonest and untrustworthy and cheaters and stealers. And when you don't behave that way, it makes people come for you. It makes them feel bad about themselves. And that's not normal. I get it. That's not, a logical path to take. But that's just how the world is. That's just how the world is. And it sucks. And sometimes I just learned 2 days ago that Satan runs the world. He does. He does. God states this. God states this. God lets him run the world because we have free will. It's our choice to fall into darkness. It's our choice not to follow God's word. So, without Satan running the world, we would all be good and proper and there would be no bad, so we wouldn't be getting corrupt and polluted. Jesus said, don't be surprised if the world hates you because he hated me first. They hated me first. Yeah, it hated me first. You know, really, I don't know. I just got so much respect for people that society tries to destroy. You know, a prime example of this is Jordan Peterson. Years ago, he started saying that, you know, boys were boys and girls were girls. And they absolutely ate him up. They tried to take his medical license in Canada. They tried to dishonor him. They tried to destroy him. They tried to destroy him because he would not get on board as a doctor, as a clinical psychiatrist. He would not get on board with saying that boys could birth babies. And they tried to destroy him when he said that God existed. Jordan's a Christian, and he's fallen away from God, and he's gotten back to God. So, you know, there's other people that have done this. Russell Brand, Joe Rogan, you know, some of the best that we have out there, they go through the same shit that I'm going through. Excuse me, Lord, I'm working on it. Where is a cuss jar? I need a cuss jar. Maybe if it was hooked to the dash right here, I would physically see it and think before I cursed. Anyways, Jordan, they tried to destroy him because he would not go along with the evils of society. He said, absolutely not. God would never want this. This is not normal. This is unnatural. Boys are boys, girls are girls. Y'all are mixing the lines of reality, and y'all are going to morph this world into something 10 times more evil because y'all are weirdos. And they tried to destroy him because he stood on ground, and he stood on word. He stood on God's word. They tried to destroy him. And that's what happens to good people in this world. And that deters people from being good. Because it's harder to be good, you know. And I've always, you know, knew that. I've always knew that. It is much harder to do good than it is evil. Because most people are doing evil. So it's easier to be complicit in evil than go against the grain. But being a true Christian, I think that being a true Christian, your life on earth is going to be continuously going through against the grain. It's going to be a fight to be a true Christian in today's society. Next to impossible. It would be very hard to live the life that God wanted for us. It's not impossible. It's doable. And there are some people that actually do it. They are true Christians. But God's word is precise. And he wants us to live by his word to the T. It's not like we can take bits and pieces of, you know, what is comfortable for us. What parts of Christianity can we play? Can we cosplay good enough? You know, it's not, no, absolutely not. It's complete devotion. It's completely devoting your life to spreading his word and living his word. It's very hard to live the way that he planned for us in today's society. So in my opinion, being a true Christian would be going against the grain completely. I mean, you would have to. You would be fighting tooth and nail because everything is so corrupt. You can't even walk into a gas station without hearing, you know, negative, promiscuous music over the intercoms nowadays. They play they play some of the craziest music in gas stations. I'd be like, oh my God. Like, I'd be really feeling like the whole world is polluted. It really is, though. I mean, for God's sakes, I was in a gym yesterday and saw this guy practically his girlfriend on some gym equipment. This is the YMCA. Well, ain't they a Christian-based organization? Call me crazy, but I just didn't think I was going to have to see an OnlyFans model hooking up with her boyfriend on a Smith machine. That's what I'm saying. See, this is when I get in some stuff again, because I should have turned around and said, do y'all think that's cute? But I didn't, because I ain't trying to go back to jail for more stuff that I didn't do. All in the name of the Lord. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus don't like you acting like that. That's disgusting. That's the devil's playground. Them hands that you got up her, that's the devil's playground. That's why they say idle hands are the devil's playground. Are y'all even married? I should have. Oklahoma. You know what? I should do that. That's what I should do. Anybody on the East Coast that's got a church, that goes to church, you should invite me to church. I'll be quiet. I know how to act in public. I really do. Anybody that's ever seen me in public is probably pretty shocked of how normal I am. Because on here, I am lit. But out there, I am prim and proper and yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Good afternoon. Let me get this door for you. Like, I know I'm a lot on here. But if you ever saw me in public, you'd be like, oh, wow, she's a completely different person offline. I have to be animated on here. Otherwise, you ain't going to come talk to me. Because God knows I ain't got my boobs out to entice them. So I got to have something going for me. Because my butt cheeks are in my britches, okay? So that's the only way you can get people to pay attention to you on social media, is to actually have something to talk about, A. Or B, be promiscuous.
I'm not sure I understand.
Me neither, girl. I don't either. Or be promiscuous and let it all hang out. And I refuse to do that. And here's the thing. I was thinking about this the other night. Y'all know when I first came to YouTube, I was still dancing. And I used to post about dancing. And I would dance, have little dance videos. I do believe that the large portion of my subscribers are young guys that thought they were going to get to see, you know, provocative stuff. And I never posted anything that was super provocative. I'm never like, we did have a nip slip. Listen, that was not my fault. I've never intentionally got out here with my stuff out on the internet, my goods. I'm not even like that, you know. I did have a nip slip. I was brushing my teeth. I was sitting in the truck. Y'all were right there in the cup holder. And I went to wipe my mouth. And when I did, I'll be damned if my tit didn't just pop out of my shirt. Listen, you want to hear the craziest part? Some girl comments on my page. She goes, oh, so you're showing titties now for views? And I'm like, what is this girl talking about? I'm in pajamas. I'm in a t-shirt. What is she talking about? So I blocked her. 20 minutes later, somebody's like, Brooke, you know that when you lifted your shirt to wipe your mouth, that your boob flashed the internet. Listen, y'all. I showed my titties on stage for over 17 years. Life is too short to be worried about a nipple, okay? Unless it's a nipple belt. In that case, go call the FBI. Life is too short to be worried about one nipple. If it's a nipple belt, we'll make some calls, but... But you know what I mean. I mean, I just feel like the fact that I was open about my dance career before leaving, I think that it enticed the wrong kind of crowd to my channel, you know. And I'm not saying I don't want you here. I appreciate all of my followers, but you know, stripping, first of all, was not a choice. I've said this time and time and time again. Stripping was not a choice. I was forced into stripping to pay off a debt. That was a lie. That's what sex trafficking is. Okay. But anyways, that was not a personal choice. It was either that or be forced into sex trafficking. Selling, like I would have to sell my body. So what do I want to do? I'm going to go get on stage and dance. You know what I mean? It was either or. So I picked stripping because the other option, you know what I mean? But, oh, anyone caught line will be blocked. So anyways, got the degenerates out of here, kick them, punt them like footballs. I hated dancing. I absolutely hated dancing. I enjoyed the theatrics of dancing, the performing, the notoriety that I got because of how good I was at it, but I did not enjoy the lifestyle that came with that. And so I think that I don't regret posting any of that stuff. I wanted to be honest. And you think that's crazy. You should have seen the first 17 years of my life, like the career in dancing. I haven't posted anything that I haven't been through several times over. It's just crazy that regardless of how open I was, like even when I would post dance stuff, I would make it very clear that I hated the industry. And it's like, oh, she hates it. That's even more attractive. What? Like, that's so weird. Like, people are evil. That's all I know. People are evil. That's what I learned by posting my dance career, is that people are evil and truly decrepit in the mind. Thank you, Eric. I'm working on it. Getting out of that environment, stopping to listen to that music. You know, I used to like Megan Thee Stallion, Mulatto, Cardi B, stuff like that. It changes your brain chemistry and the way that you think about stuff 100%. When that is all that you're listening to, you are becoming mildly retarded. I said mildly. Anyone caught being rude will be blocked. God, the haters are out today. Y'all see this? Satan works fast, but God works quicker. Yeah, it was a horrible environment, Joe Mama. There at the end, it got to the point that I realized that it didn't matter what club I went to, that they were willing to put my life in danger. See, back in the day, 20 years ago, the managers and the people that worked inside of the strip club, they were very conscientious of the girls. They protected the girls. They cared about the girls. They made relationships with the girls, you know, friendships. And they had us girls' backs. It's not like that anymore. It's literally the type of environment where they could entice you into a VIP area. Next thing you know, they're allowing y'all to do drugs back there. Y'all are having sex. You overdose on fentanyl. And they just go take your body out to some damn river and dump you. That's the environment. That's what you're risking. Those are the type of people that you're dealing with in those establishments. They don't care. And if something happens to you, they're going to cover it up to the best of their damn ability. I don't know why anybody would want to go into an environment with drinking and drugging, but I fell into it. So it happens. But I think that it's more dangerous now than it's ever been. There's not that respect there anymore. There's not like security. Hey, Sharonda Sykes. Good morning. It's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. And you know, the sad thing is most of these women, they come from such poor upbringings and backgrounds like I did. They've already been conditioned and groomed that they think that this is normal. They think they're living the life. They think that it's all glitz and glam. It's crazy. It's crazy. I see things for what they are now. It's evil. It's demonic. That's Satan. It's just crazy because most of those girls will end up in prisons, institutions, or dead. Most of the women that I danced with 15 years ago are not even alive anymore. 96% of strippers have been sexually abused as children. I think we need to dive into that. You know what I mean? Like, so you're telling me that if a child gets abused, a girl gets sexually abused as a child, there's like a 96% chance that she's going to become a stripper? Something like that, because 96% of strippers were sexually abused as children. Crazy. Crazy. I don't think it works in reverse like I just said it, but you know what I mean. Like, that's something we definitely need to dive into. I'm doing well. I'm getting ready for the YMCA this morning. I think that by the time you're almost 40 years old, you're going to see things a little bit different. You go through phases in life. You have to fall and pick yourself up to learn some stuff sometimes. A lot of these girls that end up in these clubs were groomed as children. And let's talk about grooming, because I was thinking about this morning. A lot of people do not even know what grooming is. Grooming is the conditioning of something that is wrong. So how can I explain this? Conditioning is getting a victim prepared for abuse. So you're conditioning that person to believe in something that is a benefit to the abuser. We don't do retracted messages on this channel. So for instance, when it comes, I'm going to use Planet Fitness as a perfect example. When it comes to Planet Fitness, they have a open door policy to teenagers. Teenagers can come work out for free at Planet Fitness. This gets teenagers comfortable in adult environments. That is grooming, first of all. That is the definition of grooming. Grooming is going to be an older person or someone in a place of power coercing or conditioning someone younger or less fortunate to do something that the person of power or age wants the young person to do. The fact that Planet Fitness even allows teenagers in their gyms around adults, that is the definition of grooming. I don't make the rules. Psychology is psychology. God is God. Law is law. It is what it is. The fact that Planet Fitness even allows those children in there is a prime definition of grooming, because what they're doing is they're getting children comfortable in adult spaces, which is weird in itself. And let's think about the legalities behind this, because why would Planet Fitness even want children in a gym? Do you know how dangerous that is? Like, I'm not saying that children don't need to work out, but children can work out with their parents, okay? Like, this is not a chill spot for teenagers, and that's what it turned into. Every time I would go to Planet Fitness in Eden, it was nothing but children. Absolutely. I do think that something, Sharonda, that would be a great thing for young people. A great thing for young people. You know, the YMCA or somebody should maybe expand and have a whole, you know, they could have coaches there that know how to, you know, coaches that teach the children how to use the equipment, how to properly work out, stuff like that. I just want to be clear that Planet Fitness allowing children on their property, and this is the same gym that allows men in female spaces. That is conditioning. You are getting that young girl comfortable with men in her space, and you are expecting her to be comfortable with it because you have a policy that states that it's okay. That is the exact definition of grooming. Verbatim. We don't care about your feelings, even though you're a woman, and we're going to allow this man in your space, and you better be comfortable with it, or else you can't gym here. That is the definition of grooming. To get someone, usually someone underage, comfortable with something that they should not be comfortable with. That is the definition of grooming. And it's sickening that this gym is still even open. It's crazy. They absolutely need, you know, a gym geared towards children, you know, maybe not children, but teenagers, like you said, Sharonda, would be a great idea, you know. I just think that we don't need to forget what Planet Fitness did, because what they're really doing is they're bringing a younger generation in, they're conditioning them, they're grooming them, and then they're saying you have to get comfortable with this or else you can't be a member of society. It's crazy. There's been so many people that went to jail, men that were in Planet Fitness trying to mess with women. They were using transgender lingo to be able to access women and children. This is all on camera. They went to jail. There's no debating whether or not the grooming was going on when it's caught on camera. And they have policies that state that they allow children in opposite sex spaces. I just want to be clear because I was thinking about this, and, you know, I said this when that whole Planet Fitness situation went down. That's what I screamed at them two heifers. I said, I don't even know how you could work here knowing what you're doing. But, you know, the thing is they're so dumb, they don't even know what they're doing. And I think that a lot of people that work in positions like that don't recognize what the company that they're working for stand for. I could never work for a company that I knew was behaving that way. You know what I mean? I don't care how much money I was making. I need to grab some clothes because I'm going to shower when I get out. I wonder what the temperature is going to be today. I don't really know, but I'm going to wear the same jeans. It might be like 70, I think. Is that phone charging? Yeah, I need headphones. I don't know where the top is to them, but I did put on deodorant so I don't stink. Oh, God, y'all. Oh, my quads are screaming. I'm going to wear my trucker shirt that I got at Daytona. Y'all, I love this. It's so cool. I'm sore. I guess I'm turning into a biker. I don't know. Hey, listen, there was a ton of bikers for Jesus out there, so whatever. As long as they ain't part of no organized crime, I don't care, you know. If you're biking for Jesus, I might be on the back of the bike. I might be biking with you for Jesus. No, it was great. It was such a fun time. Daytona Bike Week. You need to experience it just once, no matter where you're from. Listen, all is welcome. It was beautiful. It was fun. We do need God. You are right. They have fallen away from him. The world has forgotten their purpose, you know. And I don't think they'll ever come back around. I really don't, Shonda. I think that they're too far gone. I think that at this point, the best thing would be to focus on one's own relationship with God and somehow do some kind of community outreach to try to inspire other people to come towards God. And I think that those are the two things that we can all do to make the world a better place. And some people you're not going to be able to reach. They're too far gone. There's this street preacher that goes out. Y'all ever seen him? He does street polls and he'll be like, tell me about your relationship with God. And he goes to like pride events. He puts his life in danger. He is... He brave, honey, okay? He be going to pride events, preaching about Jesus. Anyways, you should see how people get angry at him and try to attack him. And, I mean, he's been assaulted before, several times. People get so angry when you even mention God. Why do they only do that with our Lord Jesus Christ? Why don't they do that with Hinduism? Why don't they do that with any other religion? Why is it just our God that society hates? They don't do that with any other religion. And there's almost 3,000, I do believe. When I took world religion back in the day, there was 2,700 different religions, and there's probably hundreds of thousands of gods, because a lot of people believe in like pagan beliefs, which is multiple gods. And why is it only Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior, that society hates? Why is it not any other religion? That makes me feel even more that my assessment and my belief is correct. Oh, we are, Steve. We absolutely are. All of these fires and natural disasters, they're all spoke about in the Bible. All of them. We should definitely sit down and read some Revelations one day. I've been reading the Bible. I read it this morning. That was the first thing I did. I woke up. I was like, I've got to figure out if that light could have been God. And the first thing I did was Google ball of lightning, God. And it's like, God is the light. God. Everything light is God. When you see light, that is him. It's his physical, like, being. That's what it was saying. It's like, you know how, like, the beam of lights, like, you know how light works, how it reflects? That is God. That is God. God is the light. I don't know what they taught me in church. I mean, clearly, clearly I learned something, but like, there's a lot that I maybe couldn't comprehend when I was a child. There's a lot that was left out because of the conditioning of the church. I went to a church that conditioned people. Absolutely, they did. They told you all the good stuff and left out all the bad stuff. The important stuff, they left all that out. They just taught you about morals and values and the commandments, pretty much. They were conditioning you to be a good human without telling you all of the important stuff that aids in making you a good human. Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. You don't have to be here. Miracles are everywhere. I don't want to have to come back out here for anything today, so I'm just trying to remember, because yesterday I had to make 5 trips back and forth, and I felt bad. No, I don't watch TV. I don't really watch a lot of stuff. I think the last time I watched a movie was Christmas. I watched A Christmas Story. And that was the first time I watched a movie in like 9 or 10 months. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of stuff on TV. Do I have an accent, Melissa? Melissa. I like that. Melissa. Lissa. Oh, I like that. Lissa. Lissa. That's pretty. Thank you. Do I have an accent? Is it that darn bad? No, I'm joking. It's like a banjo, isn't it? I sound like I come off of a fiddle. I sound like a fiddle rift. Thank you, Miss Lavender. I hope you're doing well this morning. Yeah, I know. Wicca is a form of paganism. There's tons of different forms of paganism. Pretty much anybody that believes in what do they call that? Multiple gods, like Greek mythology. They believed in tons of different gods. That's a pagan-based, religion. Anything where they worship tons of gods. Hold on one second. Oh, wow. It's a chosen app on your phone. Hold on one second. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. There we go. It's the top button. Top and side. Top and side. No, I'll definitely look that up. Is it like polytheism? Polytheism. Thank you. I will definitely check it out. Y'all, when I went to jail for those 6 days for Planet Fitness for more crimes that I didn't commit, they give you a tablet in jail. They don't have books anymore. First of all, I have a huge problem with that. That's exactly how you groom and condition people. You don't give them access to knowledge. Anyways, in jail, I was in county jail. They had church and apps on the tablet that had like people preaching and stuff. And so when I was in there going through withdrawals off of Suboxone, I watched a lot of preaching. And I told y'all, I had a conversation with God as soon as I went to jail. I said, so this is what we're doing. I need your help. I want to come off this Suboxone. And they even asked me, what medications are you on? And I said Suboxone. And they said, oh, well, you can have your family bring it here. I didn't want anybody to bring me that medicine. I wanted to see if I could come off of it. And I mean, here's the thing. That's a somewhat controlling setting. So if worse comes to worse and I collapse, they'll find me eventually and rush me to the ER. So I knew I wasn't going to die, but I wanted to come off the medication, and I talked to God, and I said, God, I've already come off of heroin. It's been almost 5 years. I hate this medication. I don't want to be on this Suboxone. You help me get off of heroin, so please help me get off of this Suboxone by myself in this jail cell. And you guys, I'm telling you, my withdrawal symptoms were nothing in comparison to what I thought they were going to be. After being on Suboxone for almost 5 years, everything happens for a reason. That medication was holding me back. It was keeping me tied to multiple people that I didn't need to be tied to. People, places, and things. So just having to go back home to get the medication threw me back into an environment that was unsafe. So I'm glad that I got off of it. I'm telling y'all email your churches. I'll show up dressed all proper, fully clothed. And yes, email me your church and I will darn show up and not cuss. I'm going to keep my mouth shut as much as possible. Listen, why is it when there's children around, my filter kicks in? Seriously. Let me roll up at a Golden Corral on a Sunday after church and you won't hear not a near cuss word. It's something happens psychologically when I get around normal people that don't cuss. There's like a filter that God gave me, and that filter turns on when I see children or elderly people or people that look like they got couth in class. That filter kicks on. It really does, and I don't cuss. I wish I could do that when I was on live. For some reason, that filter don't even exist when I'm on live. I be just letting it flow out. Oh, you're in Smithfield. I was just in Wilmington not too long ago. We stopped at Smithfield Barbecue and had some barbecue. Evan from, hold on, I'm Evan. Nice to meet you. Sometimes God will put you in a bad situation and it's actually a blessing. I've had that happen. That whole coming off of Suboxone was a blessing. At the time, I'm like, oh God, I'm going to lose my truck. I'm going to lose everything. But, yeah. Y'all, these trolls. Be killing me. Alright, I'm going to work out. I'm going to work out. We're going to have a good day. We're going to have a good day. Hey, Yvonne. We are at the gym. We are going to go work out. My stomach is bubbling. Oh, God. What did I eat for dinner? Oh, that pizza. That gas station pizza. God bless you, Steve. Thank you. Good morning, Flutterby. We're talking about orbs and God and Jim and a lot. I'm telling y'all, whatever that was in the sky, that was the sign I've been looking for. I would have to be a complete idiot to just write that off as a storm, some kind of storm phenomena. It wasn't even storming. If it would have been lightning and storming, there would be a scientific explanation for what that lightning ball was. But it was not storming, and that was not a lightning ball. There was no color in it. There was no purples, pinks, greens, blues. When you see a lightning ball, that's what color it is. This was not that. And listen, God is king. God is real. And if you talk to him, he will send you signs. He will talk to you. You just have to listen and not say, oh, wow, that was beautiful. That was a lightning ball. No, that was God. I would have to be blind to not realize that was the sign that I was looking for. It was wild. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It was not of this earth. It was not of this earth. And at the time, I was sitting at a red light at a car crash, and I don't think that I fully grasped what I was seeing until probably 20 minutes later. It was just crazy. I can't even put it into words. It was crazy. Yes, this is my messy home. I mean, she's actually clean this morning, surprisingly. Usually she's a lot worse off. Oh, wow. I think Andrea said something about that, I think. Didn't she? But I didn't know she meant like it. I thought she was talking about an old explosion. My stomach. Can y'all believe I already dang cracked my camera? What happened? Darn it. What is this? Why are you taking me to buy stuff? I am trying to Google. There we go. Did somebody die? Did somebody pass away? Hey, MacArthur. Wow, this is the largest. It was the most powerful spacecraft ever invented. A SpaceX Starship spacecraft. Sorry, say that 5 times real fast. SpaceX Starship spacecraft. Y'all couldn't call that the SSSS or something? The SSSC. The upper portion of the most powerful launch system ever built exploded during its 8th test flight Thursday, disrupting air traffic and making a second consecutive failure for the vehicle this year. It lifted off at 5:30 Central Time from SpaceX Starbase facility in South Texas, with the spacecraft riding atop a 232-foot tall super heavy rocket booster. After 2.5 minutes of it firing off, the super heavy booster separated as planned from the Starship upper stage, setting itself up for a successful landing with the chopstick arms. It's the 3rd time SpaceX has successfully executed the chopstick booster's catch. But less than 10 minutes into the flight, the Starship craft, which had continued on towards space, began to experience issues. Several of the vehicle's engines visibly cut out during the live stream, and the ship began to tumble before SpaceX lost contact with it. Was there anybody in it? That's all that I care about. Watch the thing. I'll get demonetized for that, but I'll watch it because I'm curious. Was there people in it? Did people die? That's all I care about. Screw the spaceship. Did we lose life? You know, the spaceship can be rebuilt. Those human lives can't. No, thank God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. And don't we still have astronauts stuck in space? When are we ever going to get them down? We just going to leave them up there to fend for themselves and make their way back home somehow? It's really crazy. SpaceX crash. Explosion. Planes falling out of the sky, now rockets ain't even making it off the launching pad. I don't know how to use this phone. God, the way that thing shoots off the ground is magnificent. The amount of power. It's insane. Imagine being in there. You'd be pinned back. That amount of force, you'd be like, your face would be like, ah. You know what I'm talking about. Your skin. I bet it does. I bet it lays you back, honey. I bet it feels like your darn hair's gonna peel back from your scalp. That amount of force. That is wicked. Look at that light at the bottom. I don't want to show too much because they'll take my video down. I can't even show videos. I showed a video of a kangaroo boxing a man. Because it's funny. It's one of my favorite videos. This man squares up with this darn kangaroo. Trying to get his dog back. The kangaroo had his dog. And so he squares up and he punches him. The man punches the kangaroo. And that video got demonetized. It took it down. They said I got a copyright violation. So I can't even show videos anymore. Looking for the explosion. Yeah, I know you're grumbling. So it looks like there was a SpaceX live stream. That's what I'm watching. God, that happened so fast. It was just like a... Or was that the bottom dropping? Y'all couldn't pay me to get on one of these things. I'm terrified. I'm pretty sure God said, keep your feet on the ground. I'm joking. But if he did, I would take his advice. In my mind, he's already said it. So that's why my feet are on the ground, because this stuff is terrifying to me. People, you can pay to go to outer space. Oh, I see it. It starts to like, oh my God. The way that it cascaded out when it explodes is crazy. Well, there went a few $1 billion. There went a few billion. They're calling it a testing failure. How much was yesterday's SpaceX explosion worth? So it don't look like SpaceX is doing too well, because the failure of the 8th Starship test comes just over a month after the 7th also ended in an explosive failure. $10 billion to develop the Starship, so I was right. Yeah, 10 billion. 10 billion. I know, the kangaroo was the kangaroo was like, what is this? That kangaroo said, he did, he looked stunned that man punched him in the face. Oh, it's one of the best videos ever. Yeah, those two astronauts look like they're not doing well. I mean, they've lost tremendous weight, and I'm sure they're having to ration food. It just goes to show that we're not advanced as we think we are when we got astronauts stuck in outer space. You know, if we don't have a way to go get them, maybe we shouldn't be playing up there, sending them up there. I mean, call me crazy, but isn't it a little unethical to send someone literally out of this world and not be able to help them? I just think that maybe we shouldn't be sending people to space if we can't go retrieve them when they get lost. It's just kind of dangerous. And all in the name of science, right? All of these lives that have been lost. You know, y'all remember the Explorer. Wasn't it the Explorer that exploded? I remember that. I mean, I wasn't alive, but we covered that in school. And the Challenger explosion? Yes, it was the Challenger. It killed people. It was 7 crew members on board. This happened in the 1980s. It was 1986. We covered this when I was in school. It was bad, you guys. These astronauts stepped on a plane, and a few minutes after liftoff, and I don't even think it was a few minutes. I think it was a few seconds. Hold on. Yeah. So the explosion happened 46,000 feet in the air. So moments after liftoff, the whole Challenger ship just, I get chill bumps. Yeah, so I just think that That's what it turned into right after liftoff. So I did learn something in school. They weren't even able to collect all of their body parts. RIP. Yeah. Well, thank God there was no people on the plane yesterday. Somebody mentioned it. I think it was Andrea, and I thought she was talking about something else. I didn't know that there was another one, because I was kind of at the gym yesterday. Yeah, no, they don't. I agree, Sharon. And they just care about, making a name all in the name of science and trying to, make a name for themselves. Y'all, I'm gone. I really got to go to the bathroom. My stomach hurts. I'm still cramping a week later. I was cramping really bad yesterday when I was in the dance studio. Hair bows? Hair bows. Dang, I got a bunch of them. Good. I hope that these plane crashes are not happening because Elon is spending all of his efforts in government worried about. Tell me why those neck things have been working. I hope that he's not wasting, I hope that he's not dragging his feet on his other responsibilities. We all know that he does that with his own kids. So if he'll do that with his own kids, we just need to keep an eye on him. That's all I'm saying. He's cleaning house. He's cleaning house. And that's what we wanted them to do. And they're doing it. And they're doing a damn good job. But now we got planes over at SpaceX exploding. And it sounds like this is the 8th one in a short period of time. Short period being like a year. So, when we're building rockets, that's a short period of time to send off 8 rockets. Just to be clear, you would think that engineering one of those things could take a few years. I just hope that they're not going through caution tape, trying to pump these things out and, all in the name of science. And they're, I just hope that they're not doing anything dangerous because that's kind of weird that they're exploding. But we do know that all of his efforts right now are in government. So how is he working with SpaceX? How is he running his own companies? How is he running Twitter? How is he raising 14 kids? How is he keeping 7 baby mamas happy? I don't know how many baby mamas. It feels like there should be like 7 for 14 kids. I don't know. We just need to keep an eye on Elon because Elon kind of does what he wants. You know what I mean? And we'll talk this afternoon. I'm going to go work out. Hey, Cash. I need to leave. I'm sorry. I got to use the potty. I'm walking up in the darn YMCA. I'm going to hit these. Good morning, Lisa. Congratulations on your weight loss. And I'm so sorry to hear about your stroke. I was reading your message this morning. You should be really proud of yourself, though. That's a lot of weight. That's a whole, 2 humans. Whole 2 humans. I'm sure you feel better. I'm sure your heart's feeling better, too, That's crazy. I had no clue. No clue. I think that, I think a lot of people that get I think a lot of people that get bigger, that get into fitness, you'll get addicted to it like you were to other things, you know? It's life-changing. Yeah, he's, he's got me thinking that he was the Antichrist, Shonda, so, listen, even though I'm conservative and Republican and right now I like Trump, that's always subject to change. I'm not dead set on one side or the other. I used to be on the left, I'm on the right now. That's subject to change at any time if they get out of hand. I go with what God says is right, like I just think that Elon, we need to keep an eye on him. We do. Because he's done some concerning things that made me not like him recently. 2004,
2004. This ain't no free society. This is not a free society. Did you try anything like Ozempic and stuff? I don't know if that stuff. I've seen a lot of celebrities using it, but I don't think it's the best thing for people. I really don't. I do have an Instagram. I think it's Breezy Briefs or something. I'll have to link that stuff, y'all. I really need to sit down with my computer and get No, Not at all. Good for you. I need to sit down and link stuff. But anyways, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. Oh, here, y'all come with me. Where's my water? Oh, I got the coconut water. I need this. Oh, oh, dang, I like to fell off the step ladder. Where's the keys? Bruh. Oh, they're on my pants. All right. Truck looks so much cleaner. I'm glad we cleaned it out. Thank you. I hope so, Cecilia. Yesterday it was so busy, and there was a bunch of fornicating going on and stuff. Lord, I said, Lord, the devil, he be working overtime. Don't worry, God works harder. I got out of there. I said, I cannot witness this. My eyes. I don't even like to see stuff like that in movies, like making out, like overtly sexual stuff. It makes me uncomfortable, but probably because I was raised in a household where I didn't grow up having to watch that mess. The normal response is uncomfortability because it's not normal to watch stuff like that. Only in a perverse world is it normal to watch stuff like that. And we live in a perverse world, but I don't want to see it. It's disgusting. Anyways, I can't walk in here with this thing on, but we'll talk this afternoon. We don't do retracted messages on this channel. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe, and thanks for coming to my TED Talk. God bless. Bye, y'all.